Yo, what is up, everybody? It's me, 45, and our guest tonight on Let's Get Sticky is AverageJokerr. Welcome in,
on,
brother.
What's going on? This. I'm here. Like, have you seen a kid at Christmas with a big present? Like, I'm here. That's what it feels like right now. I'm here.
That's good. I'm glad.
I'm here.
What this is all about, making everybody get their shot at getting seen, helping them out a little bit. But so, guys,
man.
just to give you a little bit of this guy right here, man. This guy just got done doing his first 24-hour stream. We thought he was gonna fall over at a couple points. It was a little rough for him, but he made it. He made it the whole way through. He's still here. He's still living, still kicking.
Made it.
I was like, I almost thought, I was like, you know, guys, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get him on the show, because he was banged up a little bit after that one. I was like, he might need a couple days to recover. So I was sitting here debating, should we give him a little bit more to recover? I told him he has to bring the energy tonight.
Hell yeah, I brought the energy for 4 hours today. I had to cut the stream a little short so I could come here, so I can keep bringing that energy, the funness, the greatness, the stupidity that is me.
Yeah, so Joke, give us a little bit about your background and how you actually got into streaming and this crazy community.
Yeah, well, what had happened? What had happened was about 3 years
Are you
ago,
done?
About 3 years ago, I had some medical issues we had to get taken care of. My wife is still really scared about me working full time at a job in case something's happened. It's been 3 years. I haven't had an episode since, but she's still a little nervous. So finally, after a year and a half of talking to her, I said, I want to do this. Like, I want to give this a shot. I want to try. And then I had a computer that I thought would work, but then I realized a 7-year-old laptop isn't going to do you any good. Got rid of that. And then I was like, okay, well, the dream's over. Well, then all of a sudden, my stepdad calls me and goes, hey, I got this free computer. It's like, it's 3.4 megahertz. It's got 16 gigs of RAM. I'm like, well, I can use that to stream. And all of a sudden, my wife goes, hey, I just want a 55-inch screen TV. Do you want to use it in your room for streaming? And I'm like, well, okay. And then I see a Black Friday special, Logitech C920 for $40. And I'm like, well, I can spend $40.
What the happen?
I can spend 40. And then I did it. I started basically really in September, October, did it for 3 months. And then I got out because I didn't feel what I was going to be doing at that time was something people would watch. And now I realize completely different. Because basically in November, December, I'm sniping coins. Like, I'm sniping coins at least 7 hours a day, building a stack.
Jesus.
Coin is king in Madden. If you haven't heard me say that enough, coin is king.
I thought it was speed.
No, coin. Because you can buy speed with coins. You can't just get speed. You got to buy that speed. And then I started up in here, and then just little by little, all of a sudden, I'm a mod for Gut Fox. All of a sudden, people see me streaming. They're coming from Gut Fox channel. All of a sudden, I'm catching other people. And then for the first time, I think what I did wrong the very first time was I started just jumping into every single possible stream I could. At one point, I swear I had 7 tabs up on my monitor, just popping in, talking, saying hello. And all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I can do this. I'm ready. This is my time. Let's go. Let's do it. We just got in and did it, and now we're here.
Now we're here. I like it.
Now I did my first 24. I died on Wednesday for a little bit, but I came back to life today, so we're all good.
I died on Wednesday. I feel that one. I don't know how I did it either. You know what I mean? Like, coming off that charity stream with all you guys behind me, and like even having the crew with me that was with the charity stream that we just did, raising up over $5,000, like crazy. But getting like into that, having that whole crew, like, so we got the stream team going. We got a lot of people that I've been watching on it because I've seen you guys put in the work. That's the type of person I am. I'm not one that wants to see somebody giving it and kind of like just get given and run. I'm more of seeing you guys put the effort into it, and that's the guys I've been inviting to the team. And it was kind of cool because that was the very first official, like, we changed the name to everything, to the stream team that it used to be, and which was my old stream community that I had built. And that had a bunch of things in it, but it just wasn't what it used to be. So I let it go and changed the team name. So that became the very first charity stream that team got to do, and that was amazing. Like, cause you were there for I don't know how many hours between everybody's streams. Um, but the whole team was in everybody's stream. Like that was just amazing to see. That's what I wanted the team to be. You know what I mean? That was the vision of the team from the beginning of it. It kind of lost that, and now it's got like this ridiculous like team. Like this team is all about the team. Like, and it's got different communities inside of it. I mean, it's got some BCOT guys. It's got some ICN. I think it's ICGN or something like that. I can't remember it, but the XHGs in it. They're like it's a bunch. It's not just like one group. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of us all together working as one, and it's got to get sticky stuff on it. But that's just because it fits this community. You know what I mean? It fits what we do. We play video games, and
we have fun, and the best part, we support each other.
that's the biggest thing, and it's crazy.
We're not in tearing down people anymore. You know, my first 3 months, I swear it was troll hell before I came back, and now this month is like, boom, we're here, and all of a sudden you got this person coming in saying, "Oh, you're like, well, I watched that person. Wait, he's here. Oh my, what?" And it's like it's just overwhelming at times. Like the 24-hour stream was the most overwhelming thing I've ever done, and not in the fact of physical or mental, but just support wise. Like it just grabbed me, and I was like,
it's amazing how it pulls you. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing that, like it becomes like you start dying. There's certain times in the night you start dying out. Like no matter what's going on, you kind of die. You know what I mean? It's just like you get that flat spot, and then something like somebody throws a bunch of bits, or you see subs, or even just the chat just gets going crazy, and it'll pull you up, and it's like whoa, like you just hit this high, you just go flying again. You're just, and from there, it's like as soon as you hit that second peak, you're just off to the races. You don't come back down. You might like when you start watching the clock, it plays with you a little bit, but I don't watch. I learned not to watch the clock. Like that's the worst thing you do with it because it just makes it worse. But
yeah, I covered up that timer. Nope.
but like what happened like this past weekend for you, myself, JG, Captain, like that's a group of us. That's just a couple names inside of it that are part of this team, and like seeing everybody go from watching all of us put in like the whole. I think we had 15 people streaming. It was like 10 to 15 people for the charity, and then we all like it was like when I finally finished 40 hours like an idiot. Uh, it rolled into I think it rolled into Joker, and then it rolled in. It was weird because the hours just kept rolling. Everybody was doing 24. It rolls into Captain, then it rolls into JG, and I'm just like, but everybody just kept going. I'm like, how are we all not done? Like, how are we all not like falling apart, tired, and we're still out here supporting the living shit out of everybody? And that was what was cool about it to me is seeing all these different communities because we all have our communities. Like I got my Get Sticky thing going, and you guys got the BCOT, and then like I said, you have XHG. Like it's all separate communities, but like when it all came together, that was a fucking powerful community. It was powerful team. I was like, yo, what is going on? But now coming off of this 24 hours, how did you feel?
I mean, Wednesday I was a little rundown. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I was a little rundown, and I really wanted to stream Wednesday, and I was gearing up, and my wife just looked at me and said, "You work 24 hours in a day. That's 3 days worth of work. You're taking today off." And I was like,
Yes, ma'am.
"I'm not arguing with my wife.
Yeah.
I will never argue with my wife." I'm like, "All right, I will stay off it today, and I will relax all day." And what I do, I try to put together Barry Sanders all day. That was what I did.
You might as well have streamed.
I know.
Might as well push the button. I mean, you would have been sitting there anyway. Yeah. But I mean, so what? Like going into it, how did you feel going into it? Like, I mean, were you worried?
Going into
The 24 hours.
I honestly, like I told the people that are in the chat, at 9 p.m., 2 hours before stream, I about called it off. Because I really thought there is no way in hell I'm going to make it through this. There's just not. There's no way. Like, nobody's really going to come watch me at this time. Nobody's really going to come hang out with me during this. And then, holy shnikes. the port, the community. Like there were people in there. I swear there were people in at least 23 to 24 hours.
Oof.
Like, and then you hit that wall. It was
Yeah.
like the 20th hour wall, and I hit it. And I remember just looking down at my hands, and I'm like, I don't feel good. And I sat here like this for like 5 minutes. All of a sudden, I saw in chat, and it popped up again. It's like Neeson was like, "Hey man, are you all right? You know what? Fuck yeah, I am. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go."
Yeah, I mean,
And it just took off from there.
yeah, it's definitely tough. Like I mean, like I said, I don't know how I accomplished it. Like I really don't like, but I'm loving seeing you guys put the effort forward. Like you guys are really into it. You're really doing it for your communities. It's not even just your communities. It's more. It's like the inner side of the team, and then it's got your like you guys, the teams that you run with besides like the Get Sticky crew and stuff like that. Like it is it's crazy seeing you guys put the efforts in and seeing the community change the way it's changing. And it's kind of pushed, for the most part, it's pushed the toxicness out of it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I mean, there's not too many people that aren't willing to work together and do some things. Um, so what's the big plan for 21 for you besides making your loads of coins?
Madden 21 for me this year. It's going in competitive. It's finally getting over that 16, 17, 18 win hump and seeing my name on top 100 at least one time. Like I've been so close so many times, and I fell so many times, and I'm like, you know what? It took till like I'll be honest with you, I'm a stubborn son of a bitch, stubborn. So even though I subbed to some people, I didn't use their ebooks. I didn't look up right. I'm doing this my way. And then I took that twist and I said, you know what? I need to get better. Looked at everybody's favorite playbook, the Raiders last year.
Yeah.
Studied that thing inside and out. And then all of a sudden, the wins are coming more and more. And now I got to take this new defense I want to try this year because I think it'll work with the way the system goes and try that out this year, especially in the beginning when speed's key.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think I touched the Raiders playbook last year. Because I was like, man, everybody's fucking running it. Everybody's gonna see it. Like, I don't want to run it. Like, I want to run something that somebody's not gonna see and not gonna be ready for. So I switched to. I was in the Redskins playbook for the longest time because nobody runs it because it's the Redskins or the Washington football team. Nobody runs it. So nobody runs the damn thing. But it's one of those things. It's like, well, if nobody runs it, can people stop it? They don't see these plays normally because there is some different plays inside that you don't typically see. And then I ended up in the 49ers playbook because they had a better I like to run. I like to run and pass type of deal. But their runs that they gave were perfect for the backs, the running back system I was running because I ran a power back and I ran a speed back. So it was allowing me, I was running, so I was kind of like running like a Dickerson Water Payton backfield was me. So
Everybody's favorite power back.
Well, that's how I was having it. But that was the thing. They would start gearing up for Dickerson and not ready for. They wouldn't know I'd have Water Payton as the speed back. So then Water comes in and they're like shit. And then Water's got jukebox evasive and all that good stuff. So I'm just like gone. You know what I mean? And that worked for me. Like I went from like 10 wins up to like 6. I made it up to 16 was my highest I won last year. So I took a pretty big jump myself, and I was like, yeah, I was like, we got something working here. And then I went to that same thing with defense. I actually stayed like I think what was everybody's favorite last year? A lot of people ran the
Baltimore a lot last year, and then Miami and
yeah, it was like I actually stayed in the Los Angeles Chargers. Sounds weird, Los Angeles.
I'm going to tell you this: Madden 21 is going to be the year of the 4-6 speed defense for me.
Waiting to see that.
It's going to get nasty when you got six guys on the field with like 88 and up to 90 speed. There's a lot of speed out there.
So let's get into the game a little bit. Since we both played a lot already. I mean, I have easily over 60 hours in already. So, and what do you think about it so far?
I mean, so far, it's kind of what we expected, right?
Yeah.
Like we knew that this wasn't going to be a huge change. We knew there's going to be little changes here and there. They're going to try to fix some things here and there, but I can still run corners and I can still run crossers. But now they said, all right, well, that was a problem in 20. Let's add these little coverage things, and that'll settle that for hopefully right now. Once you figure that out, then it really does help cover the corners and cover the routes. And I just wait. We know we're all waiting for the next gen. Like that's where they've probably been working on that thing for the past year. Like they probably had 21 done. It's probably been in their back pocket before COVID started. And now they're working on that next gen. And that's what we're all really waiting for. We expected this not to be an overwhelming change. Like if you came in thinking this Madden 21 on you right now is going to be the biggest change in the world, it's going to be simple. We're going to work on everything and get it for the next gen. And that's where I hope the big change comes.
Yeah. I mean, for me right now, I actually like the game. I feel it feels a lot more realistic to me right now. I have that real realistic feel to it. The only I'm a little confused. They actually came out I don't want to say confused, but I'm a little surprised with them quitting content last year 2 months early, that we come in with the bugs that we have going on with the field, the lines disappearing, card art disappearing, menus were god awful, trying to power up or sell stuff or snipe anything. You couldn't get to where you needed to be quick enough. And then the more recent one that we just found out last night when me and JG and LBJ were playing, we played 6 to 7 hours of squads, and dude, we love it together, dude. We barely lose, as you've seen last night. We lost 4 games last night.
You guys did awesome last night.
So
I remember the game before the playoffs.
Yeah, so when you got into that mode, I'm playing quarterback, and then it's switching to the other guy, and then we lose a route because we can't run because that guy I got kicked somewhere and gets stuck, and I can't go nowhere. So those little things, I was actually really surprised by. I didn't think we would come in with so many bugs inside the game.
No, and that's the thing. We thought they were working on 21, but obviously they weren't working as hard as we thought on it. That's the thing, is how did you give up? EA just said, you know all that money you guys used to spend in these final 2 months with our blockbusters and position heroes and everything, we don't want it. We're done.
Well, it's because they made $1 billion in their third quarter.
And we're all just sitting there what? You're done?
Yeah.
Nothing? And it just got, we got golden tickets, but
yeah, but they died out when they started giving them. They weren't making any money. We weren't making any coins or making anything because they weren't rare anymore. You know what I mean? They became unrare.
All over the place.
And that sucks as a matter, really, because most of us, we play other games, but our main content is inside this community. And then it was I was kind of starting to get going and starting to build a little bit. I had a little bit of momentum going in. And I'm like, okay, this is good for me. This is good. I got content. I'm doing different things. And then they were like, fuck you. And I'm like, what? What do we do for 2 months as Madden guys? You know what I mean?
This is all I got. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're not big enough to go jump over to another game. We're still gonna hold 150 viewers with us. You know what I mean? We're not those guys. We're not Throne. We're not ScoMo. You know what I mean? We're not those guys that can go play something else and still hold a great average. And some of us don't do this for a job. Some of us do. So it's not as big. I guess it's not as big deal if it's you don't do it for a job. You know what I mean? If you're just doing it for fun, yeah, okay, content's done, I'm gonna go play another game, whatever. But myself, and I think you actually do it as a thing too, for I think it's your job right now.
Yep. Just started the 24-hour stream, kicked it off.
So being in that position, and you luckily get to come running when the content's back and get to go full tilt. How did you feel about that as a Madden content creator when they just stopped it?
I got lost. Honestly, I was lost. And I tried to play other games, and I've learned that if I'm gonna play another game, I'm gonna get in Discord and I'm gonna play with a bunch of friends. I'm not gonna try to do it on my own, because the viewership was just not. The loyal guys are always gonna pop in and say hello,
Yeah.
But there's people that just don't want to watch you play Fortnite. There's people that don't want to watch you play Fall Guys. There's people that don't want to watch you play all that. They want you to play
Madden.
Madden. That's what
Yeah.
we're here for. And I was like, well, I could do the same thing over and over again if you want me to, but I think that's going to get even worse.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I felt like, especially it was even like playing weekend league got so bad, like they let the game was done, like they weren't doing anything inside it, and the cheesing that was going on and the things that were just happening towards the end, it was just so bad. I'm just like, bro, no. Like I got out of it. I literally played COD the whole time. Like it was rough, but I was like, I can't do it.
I play more of a COD as a comedy show for everybody because I am awful at it. But I have lots of fun playing it, and I talk a lot of crap during it, and that's what everybody else likes. So I'm good with that.
Look at Dr. Disrespect. He talks a lot of shit. I mean, he's good. He's good, but talks a lot of shit.
And talk about that. You imagine at one point there were 500,000 people watching an ad on YouTube.
Yeah, that's kind of mind blowing. I mean, that's when you know you got the big dick, bro.
I know.
Like my wife literally came in one day and she's like, I was showing her this. I was like, look at this dude. Dude's running a fucking picture. This picture hasn't moved. He's playing music. And he's got some kind of shit talking in the back. And I was like, he's got 500,000 people watching this and they're just subbing donations. She's like, well, when are you gonna get that big? I said, sweetheart, my dick will never be that big.
Like if somebody gets that, I mean, that's just wow, you know.
Well, I mean, look at it. He did that without having like I give Ninja all the props in the world, man, because he got to play with he's played with Drake, he's played with Juju Smith, like you know what I mean. He's played with some big ass guys, but he hit those numbers with those people with him. Dr. Disrespected that with that ad. You know what I mean? He hit 500,000 with that ad, bro. I was like,
I'm teasing, I'm coming, but I'm not letting you guys win.
I was like, and then he like people sat there that whole time, never knowing when he was going. They didn't leave. You know what I mean? They stayed there that whole wait. They didn't blink. They probably didn't even blink. They were just like, oh, I'm locked in. I'm here. I'm not moving. Like it was just locked.
Like the Fortnite black hole incident, like that. Bro. Like for what 2 days, people were just watching a black hole.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That was early in Fortnite too, wasn't it? Was that like season 2, season 3?
I think it was the end of. It was just before this chapter. It was the one before that just came out.
Okay.
And they just black holed it, and everybody's just like. And then these content creators for Fortnite are just talking to people while it's streaming, and it's like you have 30,000 people in here watching a black hole.
Yeah, because the Nick A30 was on. Had it streaming, it just had it rocking, and people, his chat was cracking. Like it was so fast. I was like, dude, to be on that level would just be a certain height. Like, I mean, like I said, I've been lucky through my career. Like I've been hit with like I think it was one night. I forget who was on my head the one night. They had a big tournament or something, and they had. I mean, that place was nutty, and they came in with like 3,500 people. And it was unreal. I'm in the middle of this game. I'm down. I got like 50 seconds to score to win the game. I'm sitting here. I'm like, hey, so you bring 3,500 fucking people in here, and I gotta drop my balls and man up and win this game in front of everybody, dude. I was my palms were sweating and everything. Like when I hit it, when I hit the touchdown, that was probably the best feeling because you just see the chat go through the roof. I've never seen a chat move that fast besides Ninjas and Dr. Disrespect's chat. I couldn't even read it. I was like, oh my God.
It's like, stop. Love you. $10, $5, $5. And you're like.
It was nutty that night. But like that experience has got to be crazy just because that shows you how powerful Dr. Disrespect is. You know what I mean? Like he could sit there here and say shit and he just puts it up. And that's how you know you've made it. Like you made it. Like you ain't got nothing to worry about.
You know, and that's the thing. I think that's the thing we've got to figure out, not just as our little, but as Madden streamers as a whole. We got to find that guy that can maintain a 10,000, 15,000 audience and how to get them in there to do it. Because like I said, I am so sick and tired of sometimes I can go through and when Madden 20 was dead, you could go through the list on Twitch, look at Madden 20, and it's like 50th game on there. It's getting beat by Dr. Mario on Game Boy, and you're like,
Yeah.
why are people watching that instead of Madden? And we've got to get that in. Once we get the first one, then the rest are just going to come right behind it.
Well,
But we've got to get that
I
first
think it
major
also,
star.
well, I think it also goes along with like some of those bigger guys aren't willing to do it. Like they only work with their little crew. You know what I mean? Like if you're not big enough, they're not working with you. I mean, there's a select few that will, but to really, really work with you, I don't know if there's any out there that will do it. Like, I mean, like I've had ScoMo in here and stuff like that, but that's not really working together. It's kind of like just a, ooh, hey, look, I respect you. I've caught you. I've known you. You've been in here. You've been working. I respect it. I'm gonna give you something type of deal. You know what I mean? Because I've reached
Oh,
out to him multiple times about trying to work something with him.
and I think as a Madden community, the bigger streamers are starting to pick up that it's time to raise one of them. Because if you guys don't remember, like 2 years ago, it was like Xerxes, CC, and Skomo. Like Skomo, it was like Xerxes versus Skomo and CC, and now they're all working together this year, and it's so cool. Like to see those guys come together when before it was kind of like, we're fighting each other. Now they're all together. Now it's time to get that group up, and now it's time to get that group below coming. Get yourself, DK Nice, Swain, Roy, get all these guys up, and then bring that next group up behind them.
Yep.
And that's how we got to figure out how to do it. If we can figure that out, I mean, it's going to take us all. It's not just going to be one or two of us.
It's gonna be that one guy that really gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like honestly, it's gonna be one of the guys that hits partner and that really cares and just starts grabbing people. You know what I mean? And there's not that guy in the community right now. Like that's really gonna grab. Like I mean, yeah, we all have our own thing, but at the same time, a lot of you guys are building us us higher up guys. You know what I mean? Like you guys are the ones that have pushed us up and to be where we're at. Like I say this all the time. Like with my like, about my guys and my community. I'm like without you guys, like I don't go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like so that's why I'm always looking back at the guys. Like before I go and throw anything to a bigger guy, I come to you guys because you guys are the ones that are actually giving me this chance. You know what I mean? Like so that's the way I always look at it. It's like I'm going to go back to people that are putting their time into me. I'm not going like, will I have my relationships with the bigger guys? Yeah, I'm going to have that because you have to have it. Like it's a mandatory thing trying to grow. You got to be able to get yourself a good relationship, and like not a fake relationship, but a real relationship with some of these guys. Like I said, like ScoMo is my guy. That I probably have between him and Kepper, the two top guys. I'd probably have the best relationship. And
see.
like, if you don't have that, it's kind of we're in a places like if you're not a top tier player, you're not one of these top guys, like a top, you just don't have it's hard to get that shot, and unless you're good at what a lot of us are pretty good at, it's amazing how many people are inside this community now that are good people in the market or like me, I try to find certain things inside like solos, the pass along. Like I go out here and I mark out all the cards and tell you I got it all marked down, put it in my Discord for everybody so everybody can get the training prices. You know what I mean? Like so there's a lot of us doing certain different things. Like you are a money guru. So you got kind of like as you want to look at it is you have Buffalo K. He's a top coin maker. He's the professor in it. But there's also guys like yourself and like Swain. Like I don't know how great Swain is at the game, but Swain can make some fucking coin. You know what I mean? And there's different. It's kind of cool how you're getting to see different avenues of the game right now. You know what I mean? You're getting to see people that can make coins. You got people that got like that know how to they can tell you how to run a defense and put certain things together. Certain people know how to do certain can run a good offense and show you what you need to fix. And then you got these people that get mixed up in all of it is like myself. I get mixed up in the content creation of it. I get mixed up in finding the best solo for leveling up and then or going and finding I'll go play different different stuff in the game. Like I'll play Face of the Franchise. I'll go. Now we have the CFM leagues running on um Xbox and
That'd
PS4,
be fun.
and then you have now the yard, and then we have a big thing that I want to announce that within the next couple months we are bringing out a squads tournament. So we're gonna have a squads tournament coming out, which is gonna be really cool. There's gonna be we're gonna try to work on a nice prize for the teams and win from each side. So we have that coming. So it's gonna be fun. We're trying. The goal of it
Always
is
good head coach.
well, the goal is just to bring the community together even tighter. And I think if you get a squad going, you got more people, and then maybe possibly turn into working on doing a yard tournament once we can figure out how to put it together. So
Man, I still haven't touched the yard yet.
I
But that'd be
haven't
kind
touched
of
it yet either. I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Just watching it. I mean, we have a couple guys that we run with that play the shit out of it, like Prod and JG603.
Oh
Like
hell yeah!
those guys are all about it. It gets their pants wet. So
As long as they're having fun, I mean, that's what you watch. So you're watching those like JG and Prod, and you're like, damn, they're having fun with
Yeah.
this. Well, I want to go have fun with this too.
yeah.
And that's just another draw how to bring people in.
Yeah, I mean, it's I like I said, I think where the way this is really going, and like I wasn't big on the yard, but I like from just like I said, watching those two guys have fun, and then it was kind of that electric flair that we needed to come through the community, and I think if we can get, I think as more people start getting involved in it, which I don't think you're gonna get a ton of people involved in it, just because it's not competitive, it doesn't get them, they don't win nothing from it besides some clothes and some different garments that you can win. I don't even think you get cards or any. I don't even think it helps you level up in like MUT or anything. But I think if it's used the right way, it can be utilized to grow the community in a bigger way, as you were talking about, is getting more people to come in because it's got something in it for everybody.
You know, and I think the yard was a knee jerk response to 2K, the 2K signing with the NFL. I really think I don't know if they had the yard planned before it, but it just seems like, oh, here's the yard, and I'm like, well, that's the same simulation. That's what they're probably going to be doing. I'm like, well, we got it first. You tell 2K to go away. We don't want 2K anymore. Tell them go away. We're going to do it first, and it's like, all right. And then you see the mode, and then you see people going and having fun with it, and then it's something different because not everybody's a MUT guy. Not there's franchise guys, there's Bregs guys, there's everything under the sun. And now there could be yard guys. I guarantee you, somewhere down the road, a streamer is going to come up through the ranks, and all they're going to do is play the yard. They're going to be the yard guy, and all of a sudden we're like, "That's the yard guy. We got to go watch the yard guy."
Yeah,
boom, that's all it takes.
yeah. I mean, and I think like I just would love. I hope it really does grab a hold. And I think, like I said, having just seeing just that's why instead of doing like it's like a one person like type of deal, I've been talking. Like I said, I've been talking about this to a friend of mine inside the community. But I just thought, I was like, dude, let's do squads, man. Let's see what people can put together. And instead of like just one person winning something, like it's gonna be a like there could be a big thing at the end where you win, but you end up just splitting it. You know what I mean? But just to see what what people can be put together, what kind of teams will be put together, I think will be really interesting. Just to see like, oh well, Joker's gonna run with, he's running Roy Rakakin, and he's running with this guy. Oh, I wonder what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, and then you start seeing everybody start putting their teams together, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, this team's got these guys on it. This could be interesting. This guy, you got this team going against this team. I think
it's like that one out there, like, how'd that guy get one bad user on this team? I brought him in.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going out. I'm not leaving my team behind though. I'll be a JG and an LBJ guy. Some guys to roll with in there.
And I'm telling you, like last night's squads, I'm gonna be upfront honest. I used to hate watching people stream squads, but I think the fact that I knew the three people that were on the team, and then I had a blast watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Now I want to go back to play squads again.
Right. I mean, it is because and what was so great about that last night was just like we ran into like 2 games back to back that were ridiculously tight. You know what I mean? Like they were ridiculous tight. The energy was there from all of us. Like we were like, yo, we got to stop. We're all locking in, getting serious about it. And nobody ever gets serious in the squad. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay, we lost, but we locked in. We were like, we want this shit. Like, and now that's why I think like as if you get it going, I would love. I'm not even joking. Like I would love to see it as a competitive mode.
It'd be interesting. I mean, it would be interesting. And way that team set up, and it's just the dynamic. You've got to find the right people
Exactly.
because you just can't have like the guy that's going to be the lone wolf come in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in squads at all.
No, ever.
Punt the lone wolf, punt him out, find
Yep.
somebody else.
Yep.
And get 3 guys that just love the game, love to play, but love competition.
Yep.
Because if you don't love competition, you start losing squads. You're like, I'm done. I'm out.
Yep.
And instead of that, it's gonna be like, it's time to win. Like, no, we're down 14.
And that's what I said. Like that game we played last night, I think we were down like 21 or something, and we came back to win 28-21. And I think that's what it was in like overtime, and like 2 overtimes or something like that. Like it fuels me. I love it. I'm competitive as hell. I hate losing, and to see like because like I said, me, JG, LBJ, we've ran together last year, so it's like year 2 for us. So. And the camaraderie is just there with us. Like we just all flow. We understand what each other is thinking. We understand where we're going. One of us fucks up. We're not afraid to, hey, look, dude, get it together. Like adjust your shit. Like I was telling LB, like I yelled last night at LBJ. I'm like, bro, stop throwing so deep. Take what's underneath.
Yep. Oh, I heard it. Trust me, I was there.
And so, I mean, what do you want out of the community? I mean, what are you really looking forward out of the community this year?
Out of the community?
Just
I tell you, Smee, like there's guys out there that love the subs and the donate. Don't get me wrong, those things are awesome. But for me, when you come just spend time in my channel, you can't get time back. You can get money back in it. You can't get time back, and that's just the most precious thing in the world. And here's people, like the 24-hour stream. There's people in there 18, 19 hours of their day. They're not going to get that back, and they spend it with you, and that's just overwhelming with the community. And I think sometimes as streamers, we forget that part. Of course, the donations are nice. Of course, the subs are great. Of course, the bits great. Of course, giving me a heart attack and making me poop myself on stream is awesome. But it's the time that's the most important. And if you remember that as a streamer and you really believe that, it'll show. The community will come to you for that.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just hoping, like, when they come out with this first one, when they come out with this first patch, it just doesn't go the wrong way. I'm hoping it cleans. Hoping it, like, I'm pretty comfortable where the game's at. I'm saying just like clean up the bugs and let's see what the game has. You know what I mean? Like, get rid of all the bugs. Don't touch nothing. Clean the bugs out.
Just anything.
Yeah, just clean the bugs out. Don't adjust nothing, and let us play the game without the bugs, and see what we have to say after that. That's what I'm hoping for. Like, I'm so afraid that like they're gonna come in and they're just gonna adjust and not like clean what they have. I feel it's a great game right now. Like that's what I feel. I feel we've got a great game with just bugs that need cleaned out. If you clean those bugs out, you may have a really fucking solid game. And
that's the thing we have to look for, because we're all nervous, right?
Yeah.
If they flop this out in the next couple of months, next gen comes, and we're like, well, they sucked the last couple of months here. What's going to get any better over there? And we just want a game we can play without running 4 plays to win.
Yeah,
that's all we want.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the gist of it with where it's at, I think it's good. It just needs the bugs clean. I think it's good. And like I said, I mean, like you're hitting right now. You're having pretty good success, which is crazy to think. Like you really haven't been at it that long, and the success is kind of catching. Like you're just catching the success bug right now, and it's taking you for a ride.
It really is. I mean, it truly, like the 24-hour hit me, that's where everything just became so real. Because before I was like, I'm just streaming. People just come in, whatever. I'm not doing my streams aren't that. And then the 24 hit, and people coming in left, right, and then people I start talking to like, dude, we love your show. It helps us out when we're having a bad day. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm a little bit more than what I thought I was.
It gets real when you hear that for the first time.
Yep, and you're like, wow. And then you got people like, dude, I love your show. We come in, you're always real. You have a good time, and I'm like, that's just me in real life.
Yeah.
Like you see me at a bar, I'm the same way. Like you see me out in public, I'm this way. I'm the guy that'll go up to like a waitress and just talk to her with my wife, be like, hey, can we get some diet water over there real quick?
Diet water.
Little shit like that, just to start the conversation starting. And that's just the way it goes. And I finally found my grandfather had the best gift of gab I've ever seen. And finally, I found a place where I can use it and use it well and help the community out and help people out. Because when I was a trainer, I could do it. When I was a trainer for AT&T, I mean, that was it right there. I could do it right there. I was helping kids learn how to do our job. And now I'm like, I'm just here to enlighten people's day. I'm here to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And you know what? People are coming in and they're listening and they're responding. And then they're spending more time. And then all of a sudden, here's the subs. And then here's the bits. And then you're like, okay, it's real. We're real. We hit real. You ready for this?
Shit is
happening.
Go
now. you just put the damn pedal down, and now you got to go. And that's where I'm at now. I now know I have to go.
Yeah,
I mean, it broke my heart yesterday, but I wasn't disobeying my wife.
I mean, like, I really like it. I one thing I do like about it is your energy. Your energy is at the top. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a fucking person in your stream. You're still high on energy, still talking, and a lot of streamers don't have that. It's a hard thing to continue because I know I fall into it sometimes. Like when the chat slows down a little bit, I'm like, oh my god, I'm ready to get off. I don't want to. Do I want to sit here? And then luckily I'll get somebody to come in and somebody will spike it, and then the chat will take off, and I'm good. But like it's hard sometimes to just keep doing that and doing it and doing it, and it's like you make it look easy.
I mean, I knew from the start the one thing that was taught to me about streaming was you stream as if there's 1,000 people in your stream at all times. Just act like there's 1,000 people in there. I mean, when I first started, I had people really type in chat, who the hell are you talking to? It's like 2 people in chat, like, who the hell are you talking to? Nobody's talking. Who the hell are you talking to? I'm talking to you. I'm talking to chat. There's nobody in chat, sir. That's all right. They're there for me.
You don't see that?
1,000 people in
chat.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you don't see that 1,000 in there?
Mm-hmm. And that's really where the gabbing has come from, and way to go.
Yeah.
It was just, fuck it, I'm going to act like there's 1,000 people on my channel at all times. And if there's 1, great. If there's 100, great. I'm going to be the same person either way, no matter how many people are in stream.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and it's paid off though. It's definitely starting to pay its dividends from talking to no one.
Yeah, and if you're a beginning streamer, you have to remember that. Like that you're going to have weeks sometimes when you really first get going of just 0. And it's disheartening at times, and it gets frustrating. Because when I really first started, I'm like, 1. How many guys do you have all day? I think I had 1 for an hour, and I was 0 the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then you just let it go from there. Just be yourself. That's the biggest thing too. Be your fucking self, people. Like, when the camera shuts off, don't be somebody different. Like, you watch somebody like a CJ Sauce, right? You're like, oh, heck it, and all that. And the first time you're kind of like, and then the second time you're like, okay. And then the third time you're like, that dude does that in real life. That's CJ. He's a heck it guy. He could hit a golf ball into the water and just go, oh, heck it.
Oh, heck
That's
it.
him. That's him. And that's his personality. That's his persona, and he brings it through. And that's something everybody has to do. Just be yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
I make an ass of myself all the time. I do it in real life, and I do it here. I'm good.
It's definitely a huge part of it, man. It's just you see so many people that and I think as a streamer and content creator, we know, like, we pull it out of somebody quicker than most. Like, somebody just comes in, you know what I mean? Like, they're somebody coming off the street is not a streamer, doesn't do any of this stuff. They'll fall into somebody's fake shit, and they'll stay there and they'll love it and eat it up. And then us, more and more we've been around it, so we can kind of feel who's fake, who's not, and you could just like one of those things is like, why, fake it? I think I'm not I don't understand why people fake it to make it. Like it blows my mind.
Yeah. I'm not a Shooter McGavin. I don't, give the press everything they want and then hate old people.
Right.
You know, that's just it. And that's one thing. If you're a streamer, that's huge because sooner or later, if you catch fire and you catch heat and you grow, that public's going to know you're fake the second you get a little bit bigger. And they're going to know this isn't the guy who he thinks he is.
Yeah.
This isn't the same guy on stream. He's some asshole out there kicking chickens down the street. And sometimes that's the way it is. And
it
you
is.
just got to be yourself.
I mean, and like that's one of the best things I like. I'm so glad I never like fell into that thing because it's so easy to want to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's so easy. But hey, look, I can do if I do this, I can take off and I can be out of here. You know what I mean? I could be making things way different. But I've never been that way. But like I said, it always comes towards you. Like when you start seeing dollar signs and people are like, "Oh, if you do this, you can get this," and it's kind of hard. Like you gotta turn some stuff away. Like you're being real, you gotta stay real. Like as soon as you start faking, it's gonna go downhill quicker than it went up.
Yep. And all it takes is one. It just takes once.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
I mean, I've watched multiple. I've watched it since I've been here. I've watched multiple people that they were hitting, man. They were holding 200-300 people, and they were just getting ready to hit partner, and then something would come out about them that was really bad, and poof, murders them. I'm just like it's serious because, like, think about it. Now that there's social media, it's not hard to like spill it and let it fly real quick, and it'll go across multiple stages, and thousands and millions of people will see it if it just means anything. It's over.
No, just like Dr. Disrespect, the second he was banned off Twitch, it wasn't like a minute later, it was everywhere.
Yeah. I remember I was sitting here because I think so. He came in and like, "Yo, they just banned Dr. Disrespect." I was like, "What?" They were like, "It's a permanent ban." I'm like, "No." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
And it's for me, I mean, to this day, we still don't know. But in your head, of course, when you're a person, you go to the worst place scenario, like, "Oh my God, they banned him. He really did something horrible."
Yep.
But then he's on YouTube, so obviously you didn't do something that bad because YouTube wouldn't be like, "Hey, Dr. Disrespect, we caught you. We caught you kicking chickens. Can you come over to YouTube now?"
Yeah, right.
No, that's not how it's going to work. So obviously, there's just some miscommunication. If I was Dr. Respect, I probably would have wanted some more money. Twitch probably wasn't going to give it to me. Well, YouTube will.
Somebody's going to give it. They're going to blow their platform up more and going to draw more towards their platform. Somebody's going to pay them. I mean, look at the play by Ninja and who was it? Shroud.
Oh.
30 million and what? 10 million? I think they both made. It was like 40 million total.
Gross.
And then Ninja's set for life. He doesn't have to do another fucking thing. Why you barely see him anywhere. But I know me, if I'm hitting like that, I'm going and finding a home real quick.
Well, I know, and you sit there and and once you start streaming, you really know, you see the subs and once they're partner, how much the subs are, and then you realize sometimes like there's guys out there getting 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 subs a month.
And
then you're like, I know, but even in my head, I was like, that's a lot of cash to play video games and talk to people.
Yeah, I mean, look at Tim the Tap Man, 30,000, 35,000 subs or something like that. Like that's easily over $80,000 a month. A month.
But Tim's got the personality. Tim's got everything. Tim started from the bottom. Like you ever watch his first video? His first webcam was duct taped to a wall when he first started. It's those stories that keep people going. Just like me, like my stuff, I wouldn't be streaming if I let's see, I have one, there's two. I've probably spent $40 on my setup.
God.
Because the microphone, somebody donated me money to buy a microphone. I bought the camera. The computer was donated. The second monitor that I had, third monitor over here is just an old TV that I had. My desk right now is an old entertainment center.
So when you first started, how did you start? Like, when did you get to have a computer right away, or were you going straight from like the console, like a lot of people?
I went from the computer, and then right away, like this group, like Team Spock, and like when you're first starting out
Yeah,
in
I
this
remember
team,
them.
those guys are awesome. Like the love and support, like that Max Instigator that was in here. He's come from there. He's like an OG from there for me from Spock, and that community support was huge. I think my problem there was though that community is Call of Duty, Fortnite, Overwatch. I'm like, there could be
Shooters.
1,000 people in there. I'm the one Madden guy.
I was there.
There's an eight.
I was there before too. I was actually there. It's been, oh my god, it might have been 2 years ago. I've been there, and I was in the. I kind of had the same thing you had. I'm like, I'm playing Madden, but I was playing Fortnite and COD. But then I was like, I need to play Madden. Like Madden just seemed to, like I said, I did very well with Fortnite. But that's when Fortnite was good. And it was like season 1, season 2, season 3 of the original stuff, like the good shit. And
Oh, good
now
old season three.
and then it's like I felt it changing. Like I said, I've held some big streams. That's bad. I actually completed all my new stuff. Like all my stuff for partner got completed through Fortnite. Dude, I ran through. I'm telling you, biggest stream. I still have a picture of it. When I played Fortnite, my biggest stream was 1,500 people in my stream at one time. Like, like that's why I said. That's why I try to put in perspective of how I fucked up my journey. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your head will destroy this journey, and I'm glad enough that I learned to fix it and see my issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm on a better track. Like, I never held the subs that I held back then. You know what I mean? I may have been 50 to 60 subs at one time, but never what I'm holding now. Consistent basis, and it's it speaks volume because I thought about leaving. I actually thought about leaving this all like why we were on this hiatus and going to do like GTA role play because I like doing that shit. I like fucking around like that. Like just fits me. And like when I said that, like the support that came in and like pushed me from doing that. Not like they weren't like, oh, don't do it, don't go play around. But I was talking about like legit leaving and not coming back into the community, like going and doing that. And they were just like, it wasn't happening. Like everybody just started coming out of everywhere. And just like, dude, look, coming, Mad's coming back. Ride the wave for a minute, and like it was kind of weird because the wave actually started flowing in. I was like, man, I was like, we can go into Madden 21 with this. This could be something serious. And then we hit Madden 21, and it has done nothing but keep going up. And I'm like, I'm home. I'm not going nowhere. I was like, I'll fuck up everything if I leave like, and not come back. Like it was just like, because like I said, I didn't know what to do. Like you know what I mean? I was just like, I don't have any content. Like I was like, nobody's gonna watch COD. But luckily, I guess somewhere along the line, I got lucky and caught a great group of people that don't give a fuck what I play, and that's the best feeling. Like that's been the best feeling ever since being a content creator. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I bring something out, I throw it at people, and I throw it in the Discord. I'm like, look, I want to try this. What do you guys think? Like, I always like, what do you guys think? Like, I try to include my subs and everything, my mods in the choices I'm making. You know what I mean? Like, because
Oh yeah.
you guys spend time in here. Like, you're a sub, so you get to see this stuff. And I'm always asking you guys, what do you guys want? Not what I want, because you guys are the ones watching. You guys are the ones putting money into the channel. You're the ones donating. You guys are doing all that, helping me. So it's like I have to. In my mind, it's like I have to give you guys something. I gotta allow you guys to have a say in things because my mind might be right, but in reality, you guys get the outside picture. So you guys get to see things differently than what I'm thinking because my mind's going 100 minutes because I'm doing the show. I'm trying to do videos, upload. Like I'm all over the place. And at the same time, being a dad, being a husband, it gets overwhelming. So like my mind, something might sound really fucking good, but in the real sense, it's like, yo, you do that, you might really, you're taking a fucking risk. You might fuck up something up, dude.
On the dice.
And it's like, so like that's why I said I am very grateful for the guys that have been in here. Like Schuler, he's around. Cash, he's around. Landmark, organic. Like some people don't get to spend a ton of time in certain streams because a lot of us stream at the same times, so
Yep.
they're bouncing. And that's one thing I'm glad I've learned to understand instead of getting like mad. Like my other self, my mind not being in the right spot would have been like pissed, like, yo, dude, you've been in my stream since I started. Like, what the fuck are you doing in this other guy's stream? And you're spending more time there, you know what I mean? And that's the thing I was glad I was able to grow away from.
Yep.
And it was one of the best things because now it's like I got you, I got a whole new group of people around me now. And that's the dopest thing is like because like I always talk to my wife about the clicks thing that happened inside our community, and I'm like, I don't like it. She's like, well, why don't you try to get into the clicks and work? I said, that's not who I am. I said, I will put myself in around people and make that relationship, but I will never click up with any like in any group and just hold myself to that spot. And that I think has been the best. Like, it's kind of weird how I say it's the best move, but it has been because now like I'm not locked to like staying in strictly, hey, I'm part of the BCOT, I'm part of XHG. No, I'm around all you guys. Like all you guys are my friends. We're all working together. That's the shit I like. Like that's the shit I want to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to be locked down to one specific name. That's why when I made the team, I was like, we're not gonna put team on it. We're not gonna put just get sticky. We're not gonna limit to that. It's going to be crew because crew can be anything and it can be multiples of everybody. Like, you know what I mean? So that's how I thought about it. I'm just like, yeah, crew's it. You know what I mean? Like, cause I put the two names in chat for my mods and I'm like, what do you guys think? You know what I mean? And I'm like, what do you guys think about that? And next thing you know, like, yo, the crew is legit, dude. Like, I was like, it's better because I was thinking network. I was like, right off the back, I was like, network. I want to put it together because it's going to be more than just me. And so I was trying to find that word that described multiple people, and we came up with that. And like I said, it's just to see where my mind was before to where I've moved to, and to see like you guys, like I said, you guys growing. It's weird to watch because I've seen you guys from when you guys were at the beginning and just in a couple months like yourself, you just go whoop, and you're like I don't think anybody that runs like with the groups that are involved inside the crew even run with a zero anywhere. I don't think we have a zero anywhere because of how deep and how like we all give a shit.
Yep. I will leave tabs open for days. You know, I'm just like, all right, I'm here. I may not chat a lot. And I'm honestly, I'm not chat a lot because at nighttime, my wife's here. I talk to her. I guarantee you that tab's just full.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just full. You just, there it is. My wife's like, aren't you going to shut off your computer when we go watch a movie? No, we're just going to let that stream. We're just going to let that go.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Like Big Cap's a big one. He'll yell at me all the fucking time. Like, aren't you like he'll bring it up in his chat, like, aren't you streaming? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck does that mean? He'll be like, well, get the fuck out of my chat and go entertain yours. I'm like, bro. I was like, just shut the fuck up and let me do what I do. Like, it's been a thing I've always done. Like, I don't know why, but like, cause I don't, like I said, like we all have lives and like, especially the guys with kids, it gets real tough. And even having a wife, like you gotta find that like inner balance to give them time, give your stream time, and give them something because this will take over everything in the world real quick. And that's one thing is like I'll go and do it while I'm streaming. Like if I get somewhere where I feel like the chat's not moving or kind of dead or something, I'm going over to your if you're streaming, I got you tabbed up and hop in and talk for a little bit. I'm gonna hop.
Like, what's up?
I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna leave the tabs open, but then I'm gonna make my way through my tabs. Like I got like 20 of them open, like at times, especially with Madden rocking right now. The other day I was sitting here and I'm like, what the? I said it right to him. I was like, JG, I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I was like, there's fucking like, I have like 20 tabs right now. And he's like, dude, everybody is streaming right now. He's like, everybody in the Madden community is streaming. I was like, well, everybody needs to stop for a minute. Like, give me a break.
And that's like sometimes that is the toughest thing as a streamer because you see like 20 of your friends on, you're streaming, but you're done. well, so you want to raid somebody? And I'm like, yeah, let's go raid. Oh shit, there's 20 of you guys on.
You know what I've done with that?
Oh,
You know what I do with that? Honestly, I got a randomizer on my phone. And what I'll do is I'll put everybody's name in there that's streaming at that time that like runs like that. I know that they're literally working and we're putting the time in and they're not an asshole. And we're not talking about you, Schuler. So, but, but no, but like what I'll do is I'll put everybody's name in the randomizer and I'll push the button and let it spin. Whoever pops up, that's where it goes.
that's not a bad idea.
When it's stuck like that, he should beat me to it. But that's what I do because like I'm like, bro, like where do I go? Like the other, I forget where I was. It was with the charity stream, and I was like, man, I was like, because I forget who. There was a bunch of people on, but like I knew people were close to the end of whatever they were doing. Like I'm looking at times, I'm like, he's been on 6-7 hours. I was like, he's 6-7 hours. I was like, these guys are gonna be done. I was like, I'm just gonna find. Let me find somebody that's not that's like kind of fresh started, and I was like, that's what I did. I found somebody that was like 15 minutes into their stream. I was like, here you go, buddy. Have a good day. You know what I mean? But that's one of those things that if you get that fucking big raid right at the beginning of your stream, dude, you're lit for the rest of your stream.
I know. I've had Gut Fox raid me twice before, and that's just like it's surreal for you.
It is.
Like he just sent me 1,000 people. What? 1,000?
Yeah, for real.
What? You see that number hit, and you know the first time it happens, I'm not gonna lie, I froze. I was awful with it. Like I didn't know what to do.
It's tough, dude. It's and honestly, not everybody's ready for that. You know what I mean? Like some people aren't ready for the light. Like the light is real when it comes because it's like your goal as a content creator and whatnot. When you get into that, when that happens, it's like you gotta be like, I gotta retain. How the fuck am I retaining? Like I'm just new. Like I'm pretty fresh in this. I'm still building what my brand, what my content's about. You know what I mean? Like what am I doing on here? Like that I can kind of explain what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like because if you do multiple things like me, it's kind of hard. Like you know what I mean? Like hey, I play every mode in the fucking game, but my main stuff is this. That's what I try to. That's how I do it now. It's like look, I play everything in the game. I play CFM and Mutt are my two main things. Weekend League, head to head. That's what I do. I sit here and try to. I'm a team builder. I like to show people how to build a team. I can build the shit out of a team, and that's what I like to teach. And like people were just like, okay, we're cool with that. But it's like when you get in your spot or you're somebody fairly new, you're like you're still in that groove where you're saying, well, I like doing coins, but I also like doing this. It's like, how do I explain it? And then you're like, you kind of like you get caught sometimes, and you're just like, fuck. How do I got to figure out how to explain what my content is when all these people are coming in to keep them here.
You know, my main content coming in this year for people too is going to be to teach you that solo battles are a waste of time and spend all that time on a solo battle in the auction house and how to snipe. You'll make more money.
I love solo battles. Don't do that to me.
No, they're good. Don't get me wrong. Solo battles are fun.
Well, you know how I explain that though.
130K.
The best way I explain that though is when it's like people start talking and they're like, "Oh, I'm a no money spent team. What's the best thing I can do?" I was like, "Get in solo battles, do your solos, because solos. I mean, and solo battles. I mean, like how you're saying sniping and stuff. You got to get money first. You know what I mean? You got to have some kind of coin. So that's why I try to explain. Hey, look, just jump in solo battles. Try to get legend. You'll have yourself almost 200K coins right there, and you'll be able to do something with it.
200, 130. Stop it.
That's
now.
whatever it is. You take all the coins. It's higher than that.
No, you get to 2 red zones that are now 50K this year. I heard they were 50K. They're not 100. They're not 65.
Oh wow!
And then the midfields are 10. You get 2 of those, and then you get the 45 right up the top of the card.
Yeah, but don't you got to remember you get your trophies too that you can take for coins.
True. I forgot about the trophies.
Yeah, so there's almost your 200K. I was like, man, you're fucking me. I was like, damn, I know I'm going bald. I know stuff's starting to seep out, but damn. No, I get
the straight cash part of it. And I'm like,
nah. There's with the trophies, it doesn't get too bad because if you get done, you know, man, the way I think of it is you go and you play weekend league also, then you're building. If you can get the 10, you're kind of all right with coins. You're going to get a decent amount, or you can get the next step, which is 13, and then you add those two together. I mean, you could be sitting on a decent chunk. I mean, it's not the greatest chunk, but it's a decent chunk, especially if you're no money spent. Especially if you're no money spent, it's like huge. And that's what I try to explain to them when they're like that. When they come in, they're asking, I'm like, look, dude, just do these things.
You're the solo guy. You're gonna grind solo everything.
Yep.
Whatever got the word solo in it, it's yours. You get on it, get max stars, and get out. You know, just like Savard, man. That kid is just grinding. If I look on here, like he's NFL Epics 400 stars. I'm like, I did enough to get two guys. I did 80 stars. This kid's at 400 stars. He wiped it.
I'm pretty high on PS4 and stars. I think I'm over 400 or 500 stars. I'm up there.
And I'm just like, I then see that's how I started. 17, 18, 19, and even most of 20. I was a solo guy. Solo. Getting to do this. And then I learned how to use training to make coins. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for, the market to come back again. Yeah. Because when that Theme Diamond first hit, I was like, okay, well, the cards I get out of there are selling between 8 and 25 points per. Yeah. The card I'm buying to get that training, I'm buying the training at 3 points per. Well, let's just move the money around. And then I had the Theme Diamond 2 set that was just.
Well, that's what the theme builders were actually hitting pretty well at the beginning too. Like they dropped off, I think, a little bit now, but they were hitting. Yep. I think last night when I last looked, I was flipping cards just to build some shit up last night to get to be able to make some training and get who do we powered up Michael Thomas and we powered up E. Hopkins, and they were both a pretty chunky penny of training. So I was in there doing that, and I had some extra cards just laying in there. I was like, well, why don't I just throw these in here? I went and made sure before I threw any of the golds away because there was people telling me last night that there was a couple golds going for 70K. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
One of the Bucks said, I sniped it for 25.
I had one go for 70K. I had one go.
The Broncos set was like 40, 50K.
Well, it's like the Patriots set got pretty hot too. Like that one was going for nutty money too. But I did I ended up doing that. I went in and did the set and I got a card. I went on and looked. I was on there looking around because I get on Mudhead sometimes, but Mudheads sometimes they're not. I mean, they're not always up to date real quick because I mean they're a little behind right now. But I went in and looked and I was like, dude, this card's going for 75K. I'm going to building this thing right now. And I went in and I sold them for 73K. I was like, hey, I mean, for me,
those are the little things that you'll find, you know. For myself, I was always buying, not with coin packs, buying coin packs, and then I'm investing my money wrong. Like I did it this time too. I lost 270K just doing those new All Pro packs. So I was like, I could probably pull a couple leads each time, and then about 5 rounds of 5 golds, and I'm like.
I pulled one pack and then it didn't have any elite and it was all silvers in the last round. I was like, never again. I was like, no.
Like I can get that for 15K in the gold one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna open it up to the chat and let them ask them some questions. So chat.
You got chat.
Let's go. It's go time. Let's get sticky. Throw these questions at them.
And sorry, chat, I am married. I'm sorry. Ooh. I know you were looking at this beautiful face.
I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. I'm going to let these guys beat you down.
All right. Beat me down. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Chad, are you still here? Are you guys? I am 44. Well, we'll be 44 years old in November. 44. I have a grandson. Like, I mean, I act like I'm 12. But why did I start? Because this is something that I wanted to do. Oh no, I know, Prod. New content's out. I'm looking right at it. Trust me. I'm looking right at it. I looked at the second Schuler came in. I'm like, oh, look at that. But no, I started because I watch Twitch. Like I started to watch Twitch, not just Madden, but just Twitch itself. Oh yeah, I've got a wife, love her to death. And when I was watching Twitch, you know, the first guy I was drawn to was Tim the Tatman, like 2 years ago. And I watched him just be himself. And he just goofing and laughing around. I'm like, I can try that. I can definitely do that. I can talk to people. I can bullshit with the best of them. That's the way I was going. I used to sell diamonds. I have to be able to bullshit people to sell a diamond to somebody. I mean, let's just be honest. But and that's just what I did. And so I said, let's do this. Let's have fun. Let's go talk to people. Let's just get out there and see what happens. And the first 3 months went really well, but these last 3 months that I've had, they were beyond expectations. Beyond expectations. My favorite streamer, like of all time, or like just like favorite Madden streamer. Because if you're talking just Madden streamer, I 1000% I have to say it's Gut Fox because that dude has taught me so much last year. Like just watching things and then learning how to put A and B together and then do this to get these coins. And that gingerbread set came, and I was like, "Oh, let's go!"
And then it got ruined.
Yeah,
Because people don't know how to keep their mouth shut for the content.
like, shut up, people. Of all time, I'd still say it's Tim because he's the one that really made me look at streaming as a real possibility.
And
I really thought like, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I'm a pretty big guy, right? Just like Tim was back in the day. I'm a pretty big guy. So I thought I was just going to come in and that's all I would get is just heckled all day. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And then I watched him and like, he's just himself. He's a bigger guy at the time. People give him a little crap shoot at him, but he gives a little crap back at him. And I'm like, well, if that happens, I can do that right away. I can do that right away.
yeah, I mean, I'd have to go with ScoMo because ScoMo was the first. I think he was the first person I ever watched.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would have, because I found him on YouTube. I think it was he was streaming on YouTube. I found him there, and that's where I actually started streaming. So I'd have to go with ScoMo because I was just drawn in. Soon as I watched him, I was like, oh, I can do this. This dude's just fucking streaming video games. I can do this myself.
Yeah, and he just got that. It's almost got that thing. He's just got that it factor that
I mean, he didn't, but he didn't have it at first. Like if you go back and watch the stuff of how he grew, like it took. I mean, he's been doing it for 8 years, 9 years, something like that now. So I'm looking forward to where I'm at that time. You know what I mean? Like hopefully I'm still here.
Really? No.
But
so my chat hasn't given me a heart attack with scares by that point.
So Casio wants to know. He said this is for both of us. He goes, we both done really long streams. He goes, what was the first thing you did when you were finished?
Really funny. Oh, my wife just sent me a message saying you look sexy, baby. She's in chat. That's sorry, Cash. I'll answer your question. That just popped up. That was just so cool for me. Sorry. My wife's really becoming more and more supportive and trying to get into it. But Cash,
awesome.
You know, for me, for the long stream, the last thing I did when I finished.
No, what was the first thing you did when you finished?
First thing is I shut everything off. My wife was here. She came off from work early. I've got a nice big comfortable chair over here. Like the big fat guy chairs.
Yeah.
Like they look like
big old lazy boy.
Big old throne. Now it doesn't recline or anything. It's just like and it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I plopped my ass in there. And my wife got me something to drink, and I just sat there and drank. And I looked at my wife, and I just had tears running down my face. Like I was overwhelmed.
Oh yeah.
It was over. It was over. That's what I did right afterwards. And I think about it even right now, and I will because it was just those 24 hours were just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like you always have the birth of your kids and everything, but that was up there with me getting affiliate. Like when you first get that affiliate look, that's what that 24 hours felt like to me for 24 hours. And it was awesome.
So honestly, y'all want to know what so oh no. I don't think they're ready.
Oh, they're always ready.
What I try to get some cheeks. Not gonna lie. I try to get some mutton, bro.
I just had to let out some frustration, let out all the aggression, get it all out of my system.
I'm not even joking, bro. Like she denied me. She was like, "You need to go to sleep." I was like, "I want cheeks, bro. I want this, and and then fall asleep." And then it was like, she was like, "No, you need to go to sleep." 2 seconds later, gone with the wind.
Yeah. It's over. It's like I had big couple glasses of water before bed, and when I was laying in bed that night, I was still just wound up. A couple hours later, I was like,
I wish I was wound up.
Happened.
I was gone, bro.
That really just happened. Hey, Cash, I've been married 3 times. You'll get it right on the third time. Trust me, I did.
Been married once and ain't getting married again.
But
Leave
I
that.
just thought I just was thinking about it all. Like, dear Lord, the names that just kept popping up and the support. And I was like, this is real. It. When you said you were going to go full time on this 24-hour stream, those people in chat took it seriously and they said that's what we want too. And I'm like, let's go, let's go.
Like I said, in a sense when you give that full time mark, man, it's kind of scary at first because in all reality, our livelihoods are in somebody else's hands. We kind of control it, but we don't control it because if people aren't subbing, they're not throwing bits, they're not donating. Like you can't do this shit. Like got bills to pay and stuff like that. I mean, luckily my wife is in a position where she makes a ton of, well, not, I don't want to say a ton of money.
Good enough money.
Good enough. I mean, she makes good money. Like she makes good money, but like it doesn't, like our expenses are pretty up there. You know what I mean? Like we have 3 kids. You got 3 kids, and they're all young. Got a 4-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 10-year-old this Saturday. So it's like you got school clothes for 2. Like that's what I was saying. Like this month to me is kind of nutty because I got 2 things of school clothes I gotta buy. I still got all my bills. I got a birthday party I gotta take care of. Like that's why I said, like people are like you'll see people bitching, like people ask for subs. I'm like, well, I don't ask for subs, but I'll mention goals. I'll mention what we got going on, what may be retained at those things, and there's a difference in it how you go about it. Like if you're not driving, like hey guys, you got to sub right now, like that kind of shit. Like yeah, no, that doesn't work because we're not owed anything, and that's why I always say that's why I'm always including the chat. I'm always including all my subs and everything because like y'all don't have to pay. You don't have to give me no money. Like you don't have to do that. Like that is not in the laws. It is not in anything you sign up for Twitch. It is literally you take a leap and you hope, and luckily you catch on. You know what I mean? And that's one thing that's beautiful about the group that we have around us because those guys get it and they don't bitch if we have to take a day off because we got to take care of family. They're all about the family stuff. Like there's some people you'll see them like, oh, you're not streaming because you gotta get what? Like I'll ban you instantly. Yeah. Like this is the ban. Like get the fuck out of here, bro.
My mods know it's ban first, ask questions later.
I mean, I don't even ask questions. Like you ban them? Well, I agree.
I just love the kids you ban, and like a week later, they're just messaging you, like whispering, like, "Hey, can you unban me now? I'll be good."
Oh, bro, you're done. You got banned. You got banned for a reason.
Yep. Nice try.
But so with the wife, you know, you're saying that this is a good one to hit because this is a big thing having support around you as you grow. So how was the wife as you first started? Was she supporting it right off the rip, or was it kind of tough?
She was more like, I don't get it.
Okay.
And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, so people are gonna give you money while you play a video game. And she broke it down that simple, and I'm like, yeah. She goes, are you? And we've gone from that like a year ago to where she's watching the show today.
Yeah.
She was watching the show today, and I was like, and then she came home early Tuesday to help with the 24-hour stream.
Yeah, I remember coming in, getting you drinks and getting you stuff like
drinks, wings, whatever I want. She was just boom, 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 boom. And that woman works 40, 50 hours a week. Like, and she's a debt collector. She does it well. You know what she puts up with all day long. And then you come home and put up with this guy. Like, you know, and she just kept going and going. And finally, like, now I feel like she's ready. Like, she gets it. She sees, like, holy shit, there's actually some potential for you here.
Yeah.
And then now she's pushing the motivation. You know, just like on the 24-hour stream, I was really joking around when I texted her. I'm like, hey, can I buy a bundle? We're having a pretty good stream. And I was just waiting. Like, you could even, if you were in chat, then I was looking at my phone like, oh my God, is she gonna yell at me about this? Is she gonna yell at me about this? And she, sure thing, go ahead and do it. And I was like,
What?
I'm buying my first bundle. This is the first bundle I've ever bought in Madden history.
Yo, that
This
first
is
bundle was
awesome.
serious though. That first bundle when because you sit here and you watch these guys like Gut Fox and you're watching Scumma, you're watching CCs, you're watching Raw Dog. These guys that fucking rip $1,000 packs, and you're like, I want to rip one. I want to rip one. And like it was so many years, and I will never forget the first day I ripped the bundle. It was the best thing in life.
It's almost like a sense of, I made it a little bit. I got my wife to approve me spending money on a video game where she hated giving. Well, I won't say she hated. She kind of used to look at me funny when I wanted to buy a battle pass for Fortnite. She's like, "What do you need $10 for that?" And I was like, "But I get all this stuff."
Right.
And now she's around like, "Buy the bundle, go." I was like,
I wouldn't even wowed it. I'd have been like, boop, boop, click, ping. We ripping, boys.
I hit the intermission button as soon as it happened. I'm like, all right, guys, I got to do a couple things here real quick. Got a surprise coming from the channel. And I was floored. Like, I was literally floored.
Yeah.
Like, now I was getting out support from the community in 24. Now my wife is 100% on board. And it's like, everything's just coming together at the right time.
Yeah.
Like, normally my timing
it just starts clicking.
Yep. And my timing, for the life of me, has been off. I do the wrong thing at the wrong time. Like, it's been that way for 43 years.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, I mean, I didn't even learn to walk till I was 2 because I don't want to bump into stuff. Apparently, I didn't care. I didn't. People carry me around.
Things happen when they're meant to happen. I'm a firm believer of that.
And it just, boom. And now I'm like, and now I feel it, right? That 24 hour stream really made me feel it. And now my wife supports me. And now I'm like, now it encourages me to just take that next step. Look for that next step. What's the next step? How do you get to the next step? And just keep climbing from there.
Yeah, I mean,
and the number one thing I will always say is I know, when you start streaming, you're at the bottom of the total pool, but you got to remember every guy that's helped you get up that one rung. And then you got to grab them and bring them.
100%, man.
Like if we took this crew and just, and I'm not talking like, oh, go give that guy $10 or that. Just give him your time. Say, hey, what's up? Keep him going. Keep him a little motivated. You know what you get? Just like I tried with JG last night. I'm like, JG, you don't complete 24 hours. I can say I beat you at a 24-hour stream. And JG's just got that little bit of competitiveness in him, where it's like, all right, because JG's like me. We're competitive. We're strong. We're competitive. We're going to talk a lot of stupid shit during a game. But at the end of the day, it's nothing but love,
Yep.
And that's us. And I saw that, and I had to throw that jab out there. And this was like, oh, I didn't do the hot ones. Well, I did blah, 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 blah. Just to see if you get that wheel turning and just to keep him like, keep it going. And that's all you got to do, guys. Like, I will never ask anybody to come in, donate, never in a lifetime, unless, you really want to. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway,
you can find him at twitch.tv/.
I got merch.
AverageJokerr. Donation button is live, guys.
And the one that, just the talk. Just come in and talk to me. I think it's a very underrated thing that when people come into chat, even if you're new in so much or anything, the talking aspect of it, chatting away with them.
Oh yeah,
the streamer feels amazing.
Well, I feel like it also grabs a hold of us too, and that's what we want to do. We're not the guys at the top carrying 35,000 people in a chat where that shit's just rolling. You're not going to get engaged. You actually have a chance to come in and get engaged with us and build something with us. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing I think a lot of these people miss. That's a big thing that people miss. And I love it when my chat's moving because I get energy. I gain energy from it. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, these guys are here talking, keep the conversation going. And then and then you see the chat, you get to the point where like chat will start engaging the chat and they get their own conversation going inside chat and your chat's just rolling. You don't have to engage it no more. You kind of just let it go. You know what I mean? And get to let them just do their thing. And you can just sit there and talk about what you want to do and what you want to do. Yeah, COD's on hold, bud. It's Madden season. COD is definitely on hold. Every now and then.
JG just lost his bank account as the Gronk is the LTD.
JG just he's calling mama right now. Mom, we need bundles.
All of a sudden, we're gonna see him pop up here like $16,000 pack opening for Gronk. And be like, dude,
Bro,
I'll just give it to you if I pull it. All right, just don't do that.
it would so set him off. Like that'd be a crazy YouTube video. $1,600. Jesus.
You know what would set JG off if I pulled Gronk and then I quick sold him on stream.
That'd be great. That might be worth it. Let's go at this together. If I pull him on you pull him on Xbox, I'll pull him over here on PS4, and we both quick sell him at the same time. We'll both just quick sell him at the same time.
And then it'll be all over for us. And it's all over.
JG would lose his mind. He would probably never talk to us again.
And that's the thing, is like I think we have to stop looking as people in chat and start thinking more of like, these are our friends. This is kind of becoming more family.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna bicker and argue with your family at times. Shit's gonna happen, and you wipe it off, and you're still family at the end.
100%.
That's the same thing that's going on here. You know, if you get mad at somebody in chat, or like if I'm playing a game and I get kind of pissed off, it's never anything personal. I'm more pissed at myself for being dumb than I am anything else on the planet. Like, oh my god, I just let you throw over the top of me because I'm an idiot and I forgot to put over the top on. And that's more of me. And at the end of the day, it's all love when it comes down to it.
We're getting a special guest on the show.
Uh-oh.
Come on, buddy. Hey, what's up, Joker? This is little LJ. This is my twin. See, we got the same hairline going on already. Poor fella. Sorry, kid. Sorry.
I understand.
Say hi. Say hi.
He's just like,
You're interviewing him.
Like, that dude looks scary.
This is the first time ever that we've had a special guest interviewer. Hey, what's up? They're saying hi to you in chat.
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing?
Hey, what's up? Here. You could interview him. Ask him what his favorite Avenger is.
Avengers.
Who's my favorite Avenger? I'm gonna have to say, for me personally, it's Iron Man. You know, I wasn't a big comics kid, but Iron Man, he's pretty cool.
Tell him who yours is.
Groot.
Groot. What happened to Hawk? Where'd Hawk go? Huh?
He's like I'm outgrowing him, Dad.
Can you tell him what Hawk does? Say, tell him what Hawk does.
Hawk smash.
Oh, that's so precious, man. Like, that is just so precious. That is just awesome.
Can we give him a little taste? We'll give him a little taste of Iron Man. Ready? Oh, good. Look, you got the Hawks in the chat for you.
Oh my god, that's so cool, man. That is so awesome. Gosh, my kid's 23. Like,
is LJ signing off? You going to bed?
Ooh.
LJ going to bed?
Yeah.
LJ say, I gotta go to bed, guys. Peace.
Go bed.
Good night,
Peace.
LJ.
Night.
Good night.
You want to go daddy hug?
Oh, kids are by far just one of the most precious things you'll ever do in your life, guys. Let me tell you.
That's
No matter how it turns up in the end, man.
That is my twin, man. That is my twin.
Hey, it's something, man. That's awesome. Like,
Don't lean back. You'll fall and bust your head off the floor, and then you'll be going on a trip to the hospital.
one time I got to bring my grandson on because he's always been like, well, can I be on TV with you?
You know,
Because I'm on TV.
yeah.
Hey,
He loves it though. Like he loves getting on. So he loves being on.
You know, and it's just talk with people, you know, and you're bringing your kid on. You would hope that everything holy, you know, your chat's gonna be okay. They're gonna have a good time with it, and because you're around your friends and family, and so you're not afraid to do something like that.
Yeah, like I mean, well, that's like me. I already know. Like if something would happen like that, Landmark's gonna be like bam, boom. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Landmark's good.
you're looking
Landmark's
for
quick on the
JG
trigger,
to
which I
fire
like.
up an emergency stream. I'm gonna message him. Let me message JG right now while we're live.
JG, we see you on. We know what you're doing.
I'm messaging right now. Should we call him?
I can
Let's
see
call
it
him and
now.
see if let's call him and see if he answers. This is
There's what you guys are talking about.
this is the
Okay.
first. This is the first time. All on air. Answers. Oh,
Am I a little too low still?
Am I too far back? There's sets too? Uh-oh.
yeah.
I mean, I guess I know what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the night now.
Oh, the wife just lost him. Don't worry.
I was like, well, I'm just gonna stay over at my friend's house now. I'm like, all right. I'll see when you come home for bed.
I know. I'm sitting here looking at this code. I'm like, yep, time to type this bitch in.
Oh, look at this.
They released it earlier. That's crazy.
They really did. Wait a second. How much are these cards going for? 84. Right now, I'm looking. I'm halfway through the Lamar set. I'm like at 120K through 2 cards. I'm like, if I can land that Lamar for like 240, I think I'm gonna pull that trigger right now.
So they dropped Lamar again.
Oh yeah, Lamar's in there.
He's a superstar. What is he? 89.
89.
So push him to a 90. Powered up.
Yep. Oh God, I'll take it. I'll take it. Mine.
He's sniping. He's sniping on fucking stream, boys. He's sniping on Let's Get Sticky.
I was looking for just see there's what the price is. It said 70,000 for the card, and then there was a 43. You know damn well I'm going after that 43 whether I'm on stream or not.
My guy was sniping on Let's Get Sticky. We got the first sniper in the house on Let's Get Sticky. This is fucking fantastic.
I was just like, I'll do it. I'm sorry, that was 43K. I had to take a shot at it. I had to take a shot. Like, if I would have got it, I'd probably been screaming like a little schoolgirl, like, I got a $43,000 card.
Well, my mod LBJ, the one guy who was playing with us last night in squads, he was in the market and he sniped an $80,000 card. It was a money card. They had it on the block for 40K. So he made it. So they fucked themselves. I mean, he made 40K.
I mean, and that's the thing is too, like, that's why I like the midnight release tonight, because
People are gonna fuck up.
A lot, and they're already doing it here. Like, if I would have got 43K, I would have finished Lamar Jackson for right around about 240, 250.
Well, I had one last year, right when Bo Jackson came out, and bro, the game glitched right as I hit the fucking buy now button. I would have got Bo Jackson for 2,500 coins.
It's those
Bro.
kick in the jump.
So like I had it. Like I was there and the game glitched and it took it away from me. I was like,
Come on. Come on.
Watch this.
Yeah,
AG just messaged back.
oh. JG's pulling packs. We're gonna have to raid JG in his pack opening stream. Or did he say, just leave me alone?
Yeah, watching this here for a cool minute. I was wondering.
Oh
Give
my
him the
gosh,
phone?
yeah. The market's about to go crazy and it's going to be awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you right now. Get ready. Get ready.
Hi, really? First thing you say? Get in the fucking corner, boy. Get in the corner. Time out.
So you time out people. Like, you guys all time out people. I don't.
I just gave him a little thing. Don't
You know,
pull the packs.
now don't get me wrong. If you came in and you were following for a while, like, man, you've been following like 3-4 months. Like, hey, can you go check out my boy? Like, well, of course I'm gonna go check out your boy. Day one. Landmark, I'm not pulling packs. I'm not gonna pull any packs. I'm gonna snipe the cards off the market, and I'm gonna write this down.
Are they
Build
bad? Are the packs bad?
If Landmark says that, he probably must be so.
Are they doo doo?
See, people are buying the $100 bundle, so all these 85s that go into the Lamar
I
set
know.
are all out here.
Well,
right
that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that I can get the last two. I need to get the fullback, and I need Trent Williams.
Yeah, that bundle. Oh, I got to do Matthew too. What's Matthew going for? Oh, same dudes. So they all use the same dudes as of right now.
Oh wow.
Matthew uses the same guys as
they're gonna tank.
Lamar.
So those cars are gonna tank. They're not gonna be worth shit.
And then,
correct?
Which is good because I have them both. And then you can build 80 to 82s to build your Tyler Lockett. So you basically take 780 to 82s of these scars.
Learn, boys. Pay attention, learn.
And if Lynchy and Prescott, you put 5 in a piece to get them. I mean, if the 82 market crashed because of these cards,
There's your training.
You get an 80 to 82 player right now for 76 to 78 guys.
Yeah, they're dropping now because they were before I got off. They were 8.5 to 9.5. So that means
you get 78R plus superstar by 370 to 74s.
Yeah, so if they drop the 83s drop, that's going to be your training 82s, 83s because that's about 770 training, I believe, if I did the math right, about 770 that you'll get for that. So it'll be cheaper than buying an 84 at 640 training.
You know, just like I made a couple people cry on stream because I was sniping those 88s during the 24, you know, for under 100K. Well, when I snipe under 100K, you know what they are? They're training. They're not going to you know, they're like quick selling 488s and
yeah.
Like, what? I'm like, I need training, guys. Whoop. Whoop. I will spend a little money on training. I had way too much training to start.
If they drop, that's where it's gonna be. If they drop out even any farther, that's gonna be good training. I mean,
you need Tyler Lockett, Tre'Davious White, Mike Glitchy, and Preston Smith. Lockett takes 7. Lockett and Tre'Davious White take 7 882s of the special ones to go in.
Yeah, I'm
Glitchy
probably
and Preston Smith take 5.
Probably gonna jump on the market myself and see if I can grab those 2 cards.
Like, I just want to get the cards.
So do you think 85s drop, or you think 85s and 86s go up?
They might have. I don't know. They don't really pertain to the set though. It all depends what's in those packs. Like if normal cards are in those packs and there's some elites in there, that could definitely drop a little bit. I mean, there's people just out here buying crap left and right. I mean, you can just see it. Like they're trying
I'm trying to gauge where the drop is going to be. I know some cards aren't going to drop; they're going to go up. Like a certain overall is going to go up. A certain overall is going to drop. And the way you're talking, the 83s are dropping already. So 83s, 82s are dropping. So hopefully that'll be where the drop is.
I got you. But yeah, and you know, of course, cards are going to plummet a little bit.
Oh yeah, JJ is. See, and they keep putting. I know JJ was good, but they keep putting JJ up so high in the overall, and it's just.
No, what about Youngblood, Landmark? 79 speed for left end.
Get Justin Smith. I think Justin Smith's actually pretty fast. I can't remember though.
He wasn't bad. I decided to sell him anyway and keep Donald since I sniped Donald. I might as well keep him until he goes up
I mean,
price.
Justin Smith's card just looks stupid good. That diamond set.
But he was an animal in real life too. I mean, that's the thing.
Well, I'm just saying it just looked really good for as early as the game was. Give you peppers.
Sorry, I'm just looking. I just looked at Superstar packs, and it's like 17%, 82 plus, 85 plus 5%. Superstar packs. And they always get you with that $150 pack. Like, why, EA, do you do that to us? You know, there's guys out there like, oh man,
because it's this.
I got like $2. Like, oh well, here, go get this player. Instead of the $150, we'll give you an 80.
Yeah, games challenge everything. But yeah, I mean,
wow.
So, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions for him or I'm gonna let Joker get out of here. I'm gonna give Joker the chance to ask me a question, ask me questions if he wants to. If not, he can pass on it. If not, we'll get out of here and let him get to his coin making skills.
I just freaking love that you asked me on this show. I feel completely blessed and honored to be here, to be a part of this community. Chat, I love you all for this. You showed up to watch me talk to Smee, and it just like warmed me inside. Like, oh my gosh, this is getting real. Like people are here asking me questions and want to talk to me, and I'm like, it's awesome. So chat, I just appreciate the shit out of you guys for being here tonight. And I appreciate you for even giving me this opportunity.
Hey, like I said, I'm out here looking. You guys never know when it's coming to you guys next. You know what I mean? I'm out here looking for the guys that are putting the time in, putting the effort in, and working to make the community better. Those are the guys I want to put on the show. If you're not one of those guys, I mean, you're out of luck. So I mean, I'm not gonna put. I don't really want to put anybody on here that's not gonna put the time into the community and not working hard to make the community better. I mean,
and I keep popping in streams and I keep seeing I get sick here. I'm like, that is a person I would love to work with. That is a person I would love to work with. That is a person I love to talk to. And it's like just stockpiling on.
Yeah, man, that's how it's gotta go. I mean, I just don't want to put into it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put. If you're not gonna put into the community, then there's just no time for you. If you're about yourself and only about yourself, then have a good day, man.
And remember, guys, when he talks about putting in the community, it doesn't have to be money, subs. It's time.
It's time.
Time. Even if you just leave a tab up, like, hey, man, I'm lurking here for the rest of the night. Boom. Thank you so much. Like,
right.
That's awesome to me.
100%.
You're telling me that you're leaving your computer on for me. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day or work day or whatever you're doing, or if you're going to bed or whichever you're doing. Thank you so much.
100%, guys. But who do we have next? I don't even know who we got next week.
Who's next?
I don't know. I think it's somebody else has been working pretty good too. Oh, it's actually Drunken Lycan. That is a guy that's been following me for 3 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's been subbed to me I think he's actually subbed to me for over 2. And then we have Silent Ninja starting off August. And who else do we have? I mean, starting off September. And then we have Fendler on the 7th, EK Nice on the 10th, and Rob Gaming on the 14th. And then we have to fill out the rest of the month.
And it's like, and just like I hear those names, and I know they're bigger names than myself. I'm like, I'm not going to be on the same show that those guys are. Like, it's
I mean, I've kind of like geared away from like not geared away from it, but I know like the Madden pros are busy now. They're eating the game, so I don't even bother with them right now because they don't have the time. You know what I mean?
But you're dealing with the big guys. You're dealing with like the next big things coming, like Fendler, DK Nice. That kid's awesome. Like, I love watching DK Nice. I don't talk a lot in his chat, but I've always got him up.
I've been
a good kid.
I've been following DK for I think 2 years now, something like that. It's been a while.
And that's the thing. I just love it for the simple fact is, hey, I will give you all the tabs in the world. If I ever become a millionaire or win the lottery, then all you people out there that have helped me out along the way know what's coming your way. That's all I'm ever going to tell you. And you can't stop me if I win the lottery. Don't forget that.
I don't play the lottery. I'm a gambling man.
I don't either. I don't. I've already won the lottery with my wife. I don't need to play anymore.
You know,
that was a win. 1,000% win for me.
Got a dubbers.
Yep.
Getting ready to go put this code in. We're gonna let you go make yourself some money and get your cards.
I'm gonna try to.
So we don't miss out on the beginning of this. Why it's all dropping down and getting lower and lower.
Cheap, and I might get Lamar for $200K. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work it somehow.
He said, "Gift anything to him, and I'll ban you. I don't want nothing." Sounds like right. good person to me.
Yeah, Guardian. Trust me. No matter what happens, I make it. You're all coming along, 1,000%.
That's how I look at it.
We're gonna make this as a group.
Same way I look at it. As soon as I get there, it's not time to work. I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, I always look at it like if I'm up there and I made it, I'm fine. You know what I mean? I'm good. And now it's time to go grab everybody. And I've already said it 100 times during these things. It's like if I get there, the first thing I'm doing is I'm gonna work on one person for a whole month. Just keep sending raids to that person every time. Boom, boom, boom. That guy's gonna jack up, and we go to the next one. Start banging him for a month. Everybody starts climbing, and it'll be crazy.
I think it's gonna be awesome. I just think it's gonna be absolutely awesome when it's all said and done. I think we're on the verge of building what Madden needs, and that's just a group of guys. You know, like your Tims, Dr. Lupo's, Cyphers, and you know those guys.
Yeah.
That's what we're starting to build here.
Yeah.
because I'll play. I mean, I'm not a great squads player, but I'll play squads with anybody. I'll have a good time with anybody here. I'll lab with anybody. Just have a
100%.
good time with it. And it's just like, well, that's what they do.
I mean,
Well, now we got to get that into the mainstream.
Swizzle, I mean, you're doing what you have to do right now, and that's the part of it. You're getting on, you're streaming from your PlayStation. You got a camera. I mean, that's a better start than a lot of people. I mean, look at me. I streamed without a camera for 4 months. I didn't have a camera for 4 months. I never had a mic. I sat a laptop to my right side.
Speaking of that, I gotta see if I still have it. Yep, I do. Oh, there's the chips from the stream.
Holy
Okay,
fuck!
here. See this guy right here? This is a $5 headset from the $5 store. This is what I started streaming with.
Is it a Five
Right
Below? Is it the $5 store? Five Below?
Something like that. We have like a couple of them pop up here every now and again, but it's like, and that's what I started with. And like right now, you can't hear my fan. Well, let me tell you, on this headset, you heard my fan. And people were like, "What is that noise in the background?" I'm like, "Fucking hot. That's what the noise is. Leave me alone."
You know, that's actually really good for him because I've been streaming for almost 3 years in November. I've had maybe 2 tier 3 subs in my whole career.
Dude, I cried on stream when that happened, when that came through. Like,
Well, that's what kind of like I was like Roy came in when I was like closing in like 40 hours, and he knew I was tired. Like I was just pushing for charity, and he dropped it. He dropped enough to hit the 5, pretty much finish off like the 5,000 or something like that. And he's like, "Now go to bed." And like just that gesture was like, because he wanted me to go to bed. He knew, like me and him been around each other for so long, like he just knew. And I was like, I can't. Like it just fired me up, and I was like, I'm going for more, and I just kept going and going, and then we hit that fucking mark, and I was just like, I'm done.
just like a huge boom.
It was because like I said, I've done these things for 3 years almost now, and I do them twice a year every year, and they are really tending to they're getting bigger and bigger. Like we've started out with 3 people doing it, and then it was turned into 5, 6 people, then it turned into 10 people, and now this one we had like 15 people. You know what I mean? And now everybody has seen it. Even now you guys that are newer, and everybody has seen it. Now it's going to be bigger in May. You know what I mean? Like we're going to have more people streaming in May, and the word of suicide isn't going to be a stigma anymore. It's not going to be looked upon like it's something that nobody's going to look at it and frown upon it. Like if you're talking about it, they're going to be like, "Oh shit, they're doing something." And eventually this motherfucker is going to be huge. And the goal is to get this on the front page of Twitch and blow it up to where Twitch marks a day. We get Twitch to mark a fucking day every year where we do about it.
That'd be badass.
That's the goal. Badass. And I mean, it's getting there. Like to hit 5K, I've never since I've done it, the most I think we've raised was like was $1,500 until that stream. So to go to 1,500 to go to 5,000.
That's just monstrous.
That's a monster jump, and huge. When I look at it, it's like, yo, you know, it wasn't too bad. Like we're not really big guys. We don't run with hundreds of people at all times. Like I mean, like a Throne or somebody where they do 20,000 because he's so big, but we're doing it as a group. It's not one person, and it's kind of it de-escalates that stigma, and it allows people to start talking about it. Like it got really deep towards the end of that stream, which was really cool. Is like that was my whole goal. Is I wanted to make somebody comfortable enough that they could share what was bothering them. They can come out and release that energy and kind of maybe figure out a way of handling it, and maybe just brighten that little dark hole that they're in just a little bit, and give them a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of a little room to move, and try to just be normal and not feel what they're feeling as strongly as they're feeling it, or even get them to come up even more and like I said, there was a couple people that shared stories with me that we wouldn't even know that's going on, and for them, it gives them, like I said, it's just that little bit. Like they can let it out and they can release it, and maybe it just makes them turn the corner just a tad bit, and it gives them a different direction than they were heading.
Sometimes, yeah, trust me, I've sat there and been there, and I've been at the brink. I've stared at the top of the stairs. I've looked out a third-story window, and you think you're alone, and that's why I like the charity stream, because you're not alone. It's something near and dear to me because I've been there. I've stood at the top of those stairs, like 3 flights of stairs. I was like, if I slip down that, it could be over. And I've
Yeah.
looked out. I mean, I've looked out this very window here like 3 years ago and went, if I land head first,
Right.
it's over. And you have to, when you get to that point, you got to let your guard down and let somebody in. And that's exactly what I had to do. And I've never been better in my life since then. Like, I was always thought mental illness. I was the dumb young kid that thought it was, oh, you're just tired. Oh, you're just lazy. Oh, you're just sad. It's not. It's a fucking real thing, people. And when it hits you and it punches you in the dick, it hurts. And just when you think you're about out of it, like, oh, it's going well, it's going to punch you in the dick again. And then you're going to get out, and it's going to punch, and it's going to keep punching you in the dick until you finally realize, you know what? You can't punch me in the dick anymore. I'm not going to think like this anymore.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to get to that point.
It does. It does. Like, it absolutely takes that. Like I shared towards the end of the stream, I was like, I've been there where I could have easily taken my life with my gun. You know what I mean? Easily. I put that thing up to my brain, boom, boom, done, wrap.
Done. Oh.
And luckily, my kids. Luckily, I for some reason I just kept going back to my kids and it kept going. I was like, man, it's not fair. Like I said, it was so bad. It got built up so bad like that. It was just one of those things. Like you said, it takes a long time, and it was going on for months. Like I was streaming, acting like nothing was wrong. Like nobody knew, and
Tell different.
and like it was just that one time, and it all just exploded. And like I said, when it all explodes, like you let out the weirdest noises. Like it'll sound like a demon's coming out of you, man. And it's just like when you finally get to that spot where you're like, I need help, and you learn to not block people out just because you had one bad experience or somebody put you in a spot where you don't trust people, and you tend to start blocking everybody before you give them a chance. That's when it gets bad, because then you really don't have nobody around you. When there's people actually that are around you that would help, you block them so hard, and you're just like you don't, and there's no controlling it because you. But that was the best thing is like when I learned I had to put it down and be fair and give everybody a shot to ruin their shot. That was when I really started taking off and really gained a better mental edge, and I've been since then. It's just like, yo, you got your shot, you fuck it up, that's on you now. You know what I mean? Yep. And that's been the best thing I ever did was just open up and allow talking and allow people to get near me. I mean, like I said, you can still be you and yourself and still be guarded, but don't block. Like everybody's got a guard. You have to guard at some part, or you're gonna get taken advantage of. Yeah, 100%. And you have to allow people to come in and at least get to know who you are, get to feel the real you, and not a wall. And they're just sitting there banging and banging and banging, trying to get in, and you're like, no, not having it. And that was the best thing because I did it to my wife, and letting that thing come down, it's definitely made our relationship way better, and it's made life even better because we can now talk to each other without getting mad or screaming at each other. Like we can listen to each other instead of hearing each other. And if you don't think there's a difference, there's a difference. You can look it up.
Big difference. Night and day.
Hearing and listening is two different things. Listening is the big one. Hearing is one that you kind of hear it, but you kind of don't hear it. You kind of care about it. You kind of don't give a fuck about it. You know what I mean?
Like what you just say about the movie? I'm kind of more paying attention.
Yeah, it's one of those types of deals, and I'm telling you, Got anything going on? Talk about it. Find somebody that like I'm a big believer. Just find somebody that's not part of the situation to talk about it.
You know, and and for me right now, I think if I ever get back to that, I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to get on stream. I'm going to turn on just chatting, and I'm going to talk to my friends on stream.
And
'Cause I know,
whatever's gonna open the avenue to
yep,
release it and not get it buried down to where it sits and then it just manifests over time and then it gets to a worse point where you're dark and then you're ready to fucking eat everything that comes near you. Somebody says hi, you're like, fuck you.
nope.
I mean, that's kind of how I got. I got to that point where you're like, somebody's talking to me, and then, like even my kids, I get really aggressive with it. Like they'd be like, "Hi," I'm like, "Just leave me alone. Just get away from me." You know what I mean? Like just you get
Like,
real
don't talk to
mean.
me anymore.
Like you're just
Yeah,
and it's not even nothing mean. It's nothing that they did. Like it's just a thing
it's
that's
true,
just
Landmark. That's true.
it's just a vicious thing that when once you lose control, you have to get help to
You can't.
gain control.
What's happening? You can't get out of. There's. I was always the firm believer. Like, I can do anything. You know.
Yep.
I couldn't get out of that hole to save my life. Like I could just sit there, and there were days I would just lay in bed and never come out of bed. And my wife was just always there, support. Like, what do you need? Okay, okay, okay. Never got on me once. Never jumped my shit about it. Are you gonna go to work today? I don't think I can. And it just and she was always there,
Yeah.
like 1,000% always there. Never once jumped the gun. Never once said anything. And then once it really hit rock bottom 3 years ago, she's like, "You're gonna take off work. I got us. I'm gonna take care of us. When you're ready, when I think you're ready, I will let you go back." She goes, "I know you're gonna think you're ready way too soon." She goes, "But you're not ready." And
Yeah.
now we're here. Now she wants me out talking to people again. She wants, if this was going where it's going, then yes, I'd be going back to work probably summer next year. But the support that was shown, there's just my wife's just like, do this, go do this, go do this.
Yeah. I mean,
And you have to have somebody like that in your life. And sometimes I used to just bullshit the strangers. Like I'd be out driving and I'd be so just in my own head, listening to music, and it was so funny. So I was driving down this dirt road, and I just saw this old man reminding my grandfather just sitting out on his porch. This had to be about like 7, 8 years ago. And I just stopped. I got in my car and I just started talking to him, and he just started talking right back. Like I had an hour conversation with a complete stranger. I still don't know his name to this day, and I don't think he knows mine. But I feel better after the conversation, and he had a good time with it. So I mean, what the heck?
that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, it's different when like it's hard to explain, but it's different when it's not somebody part of the situation. Like, it's different than your wife, even though your wife loves you unconditionally.
Yep.
There's a thing where it's like, hey, I can't talk to you. Like, I need to go talk to somebody else. It's not gonna look at this and give me this, and that. I need to go talk to somebody like that's just gonna look at me a different angle, a different perspective from the outside, not the inside. And that's that. Like it is one of those things that's like crazy. Like never in a million years I thought that would help me. Like, cause I was so against therapy, 100% against therapy. Like I fucking never. I was like, no way. I'm not gonna fucking talk to somebody like that. Yeah, and
It's that
that's when I
same
was
way.
really dark. Like I was like, I'm not fucking talking to somebody that's not. She doesn't even live with me. She's not. They're not part of my life. They're not like they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, and it was
You
just
don't know me.
it's just me like fighting it. You know what I mean? And then like I said, I got to that point where I just broke, and I took 30 days away from all this. Like I was like, look, it's either I have to do this, and like it was in my mind like, am I coming back to zero? Am I starting all over? Am I even gonna come back to this shit? And it was a fight. Like it was a lot going on because like I was like going through stuff like from my childhood with my dad. I was going through stuff like how I was being to my kids, with, like never like physical or anything like that. Just not being a good dad. You know what I mean? Like,
You just have that feeling like, God, I'm just not fulfilling my duties. As a
well, no,
father.
I wasn't spending
You know,
a lot.
and it
I wasn't
hurts.
spending time with them. You know what I mean? I wasn't spending
Yeah.
time. I got so dark that this was the only thing that I could do that like let me get away. Like, you know what I mean? I could stream and
Mhm.
I could play video games, and I was good. Like, I didn't care what else would happen. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care.
It's like good.
I didn't care what it was going on. I didn't care who it was hurting. I didn't care what time I was missing. You know what I mean? Like they were going to like school events, and I was staying home, and or they were going out and doing different things. Like I don't want to go. Just tell my mom to take. You know what I mean?
I'm out. I don't want to do it. I'm out.
Instantly. Like I didn't even hesitate to be like I'm out, and that was never me. Like my kids came into this world. I was full tilt, 100% involved at all times. Anything. Didn't matter what it was. I was involved. I never missed anything. And like the day that I really felt that it was that I was in trouble is the day I actually took time away from here, sit down and go watch a movie with the kids, and they never came out their room. And I sat there by myself and I was like, I'm fucking up. Like it was like getting punched straight in the fucking mouth by Mike Tyson in his prime. And I'm just like,
and that's not fun to have happen.
I was like, what the fuck? And like I was like, and like it clicked. That's when I started seeing things. And like my wife, she because I didn't talk to her about it, and she didn't really know what was going on. Like she just thought I was miserable, and I was just in a bad mood all the time and whatnot. And then, like I said, I got to that stage, and I'm just like, I knew it was fucked up. And then eventually, all that shit released, and I was like, I need help. I said, looked right at her. I was crying. I was like, I need help. This is something I can't fix myself. It's something you can't fix. I was like, I need professional help. And it was then like, and I went and did it. And COVID, luckily I was able to get like 2 months worth of therapy in before COVID hit. And it flipped the switch, man. It flipped it. I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And I was like, gonna work on it one step, one thing at a time. And then we just went at it, and now we're here.
Now we're having a good time, and now we've learned our lessons from the past, and now we've got a bright future ahead of us.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are struggling, go get help. There's nothing
We're all
wrong
here.
with it.
And if you need a stranger to talk to, I'm the strangest person in the world. You'll be fine.
All right, guys. Since we guys just gave you guys our life in the end of that, we're gonna
that's a start. We need another 4-hour show.
another 4 hours. Whew.
We could talk about the dad running off with the babysitter kind of thing. You know, that whole thing. Like, we could start that sometime, but not now.
Yeah, no, I think it's time to go hit the market.
Time to go have a little fun. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah,
Guys.
go get some fun in, guys. We'll see you. And I don't know if he's going live or not, but I'll still be here.
I'm not going live.
I'm just gonna
But
flip over.
I'll be in my Discord, just hanging out. If you got a question, let me know. I'm just seeing Lamar's dropping to about 266, 265. I think I'm gonna wait till about 240 and see if I can snag it.
All right, boys. We will see you on Monday with Drunken Liking and this
That's awesome.
craziness coming out of his bar. Hopefully he's not a drunk wolf, but who knows? But he's been at it. He's been a streamer for like 6 years, so it's gonna be a fun one.
Awesome.
And plus, he's one of my guys that have been watching me and supporting me for 3 years, so I'm pretty pumped for it. He'll probably be one of my longest followers.
That's awesome, man.
But like I said, guys, we will see you guys on Let's Get Sticky Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Joker, again, appreciate you having you on. It was great.
Thank you guys so much.
Great learning more about you. So,
Thank you. All I can say is thank you to chat. I'm overwhelmed.
It's okay to cry. We're allowed to do that.
I know. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
It's all right for big guys to cry. I'm a big guy. I cry now.
I do it all the time. I've got a command in chat that tells many people how many times I've cried on stream, so it's okay.
But you have a good night, sir. And again, appreciate you.
Yeah, you guys take care. I love you all. I'll see you soon.